preparing girls for a lifetime of leadership.
Coming up on KCBS, a bacterial infection in dogs on today's Animal Update. 113 at KCBS in sports. Cal lost to Washington in Berkeley Saturday night, 28-21, and it was Stanford over Arizona State, 15-14. In the playoffs, the Phillies beat the Padres 10-6, and the Astros shut up the Yankees 5-0. Sharks lost to the New Jersey Devils 2-1. More sports, here's Ted Ramey.
The 49ers made big news this past week, acquiring running back Christian McCaffrey from the Carolina Panthers in exchange for draft picks. When speaking with the media after the move was made, 49ers general manager John Lynch laid out the many reasons why.
Like a lot of really good players, he's a lot more than just a running back. I think he's a perfect player for the way Kyle and our offensive staff does things.
And Lynch referenced his many skills.
He's an incredibly accomplished receiver. He's got tremendous feel. He can play with speed. He can play with power. He can play with quickness. He can do it all. And we've seen that firsthand playing against him. You know, you've seen it right up to the last game you played. He's an excellent football player. There's no denying that. We like adding guys like that to the mix.
It is unknown whether or not McCaffrey will play against the Chiefs when the 49ers host them 125 from Levi's Stadium. At the sports desk, Ted Ramey, KCBS.
Women's heart is in a race to save lives. Heart disease is the #1 killer of women. It's 80% preventable if you know the facts. Millions of women are living with or at risk of different types of heart disease, like AFib, which is a type of irregular heartbeat. It affects both women and men, but women with AFib have a higher risk of stroke and death than men. Get educated. See your doctor. Know the facts. Diet and exercise are key to staying healthy. Know the risks. Women's Heart does something really unique, solely focusing on women and providing peer-to-peer support. To win this race, we all have to do it together. Our hearts beat as one. To learn more, visit womenheart.org.
Together. So join Odyssey and find your one thing. After Halloween this year, don't throw out your jack-o'-lantern. Use it to start composting instead. Pumpkins and other gourds are perfect additions to any compost pile. Also, you can add container soil and roots from potted plants that have withered away. And if you have a garden, be sure to add garden waste from cleaning and pruning, like stems, roots, and leaves. Join Odyssey. And together, each of us doing one thing makes a greener tomorrow. What's your one thing?
It's 118 at KCBS. First for traffic. I've checked the roads with Frank Munich.
Well, we're looking at a few scatter problems, and we're going to begin with a new one approaching the Bay Bridge in San Francisco. We have a report of a stall blocking the far right lane. This has been alternately put as at Bryant Street in San Francisco and just before the island on the lower deck of the Bay Bridge. So it's somewhere in between those 2 points, in between San Francisco and the island. But we do know there's a stall in the far right lane there. Northbound 680, right at Sycamore Valley Road in Danville, we have a car that is conked out and partially blocking the far left lane. It's partly on the partly on the left-hand shoulder and partly in that far left lane. We have a problem on the connector from westbound 80 over to northbound 101, the Central Freeway in San Francisco. That is a stall in the far left lane. And a reminder that you can get traffic information 24/7 on our Twitter feed at KCBS AM FM Traffic. Your next traffic update at 1:28 on the traffic leader KCBS.
6 days forecast starts out with clear skies, breezy conditions overnight tonight with lows in the 40s and 50s. Tomorrow through Tuesday, we'll see some sunny skies with temperatures staying in the mid-60s to the mid to upper 70s. On Wednesday, some clouds in the morning and then becoming sunny with temperatures in the 50s and 60s at the coast. We'll see some 60s to mid-70s inland. Staying in the 50s to 60s on Thursday coast side into the 60s to mid-70s once again inland. And then on Friday and Saturday, we do have a slight chance of some rain with our highs in the upper 50s at 67s at the coast to the mid-70s for the inland areas. 54 this hour in Santa Rosa along with Redwood City and San Rafael. It is 50 degrees at the Napa airport. Oakland's reporting 59. It's 56 in Hayward. Livermore's at 51. And in Concord, along with San Jose and downtown San Francisco, 55 degrees. Traffic and weather together on the 8th on All News 106.9 and AM 740 KCBS. KCBS News Time 120. A single vehicle crash in East Oakland early Saturday morning was the result of a chase that started in the Central Valley after a marijuana processing center was burglarized. KCBS's Alice Wirtz reports 15 suspects fled and 4 getaway vehicles.
The one vehicle that made it into Oakland was speeding up the steep hill of 73rd that runs from the 880 freeway up to 580. Ahmad heard the sirens around 4:30 a.m. and saw the aftermath, which included a severed gas line.
That's why PG&E's out here, all these trucks, they're going to repair this gas line, I believe.
He owns the home that sits right where the steep hill curves and was damaged.
Got off of 4 wheels and I heard scrapes and it actually ran up this embankment here and tore off my stairs and messed my fence up.
Only one suspect in the car that overturned. No one else was injured.
He might have been going about 80 miles per hour or more. And yeah, he caught air, flipped upside down, landed on there. He was pretty hurt. They had to use a lot of, firefighters had a lot of tools to get him out.
In Oakland, Alice Wirtz, KCBS.
As we head into our third COVID winter, how worried should we be that cases will once again surge back up?
BQ1, XBB, there's quite a few new emerging COVID variants that health experts are keeping an eye on.
You know, they have characteristics that make you worry that they're going to be more immune evasive and therefore take over from BA5. I think it's too early to know whether they will.
Dr. Robert Wachter, the chair of UC San Francisco's Department of Medicine. So once again, we're facing an uncertain few months ahead. But this time, how to stay safe is fairly clear, says Wachter.
The one thing we can do is take the most up-to-date, incredibly safe vaccine to give ourselves the best shot of having immunity, preventing ourselves from both getting infected and from getting very, very sick.
That's why one thing that Wachter is worried about is how few people have actually gotten that new booster. It's something
I find amazing and also quite concerning. That's the thing that worries me the most.
Keith Manconi, KCBS.
KCBS News Time at 1:22. Here's Animal Update.
Leptospirosis. That is today's topic on Animal Update with Dr. Jennifer Scarlett, CEO of the San Francisco SPCA, and I'm Jeff Bell. Dr. Scarlett, let's talk basics when it comes to leptospirosis. What should we know?
Yeah, just so leptospirosis is a bacterial infection. Oftentimes it's just called lepto, and there's multiple serovars or strains of this bacteria. It's transmitted mainly through urine and urine-contaminated water, such